on super late tonight. Just seeing if anybody is through or had stuff to do. Um, I don't expect anyone to come through. I'm on super late tonight. Just gonna be like a little mini one tonight. But I just thought I'd come stop through, see what we talking about, see what we getting at. Um, you know, you know, just looking at stuff. That's all. You know, it's funny how people just uh looking at everything. See what we come with. What's up? What's up? Just came back. I'm gonna be on for like I think I'll do like an hour tonight. Got a couple things to do, but want to come on here and holler, see what's up, see what's shaking. How you doing? What's up? I saw that crazy finish with what was that crazy finish that I saw? What you mean? Tell me. Well, I did my video, as you know. So I told you KG was in Phoenix sucks, yo. But that's a no-brainer. Now Devin Booker ain't gonna save you, and Bradley Beal, Oh yeah, the Pacers Bucks. That is crazy, right? Chris Middleton went off, but Doc Rivers, Doc. Doc need to go out with when LeBron retires, when LeBron leave, he go ahead and hang it up. Better go hang it up, cause they're gonna lose that series. The Bucks are losing that series. They don't stand a chance now. They done. That's not a good look for them. Yeah, I did the video about that. I did the video about that. And because if he's getting ready to blow this opportunity, and it's not that Dame Lillard is no bum, not Dame's a legit player. Chris Middleton's a legit player. Lopez is legit. And you going in there and y'all don't play no defense, you ain't got no identity, and you're gonna get hustled by a younger team. Well, you lose this series, Doc. Man, it's gonna affect Giannis's legacy. Giannis is not gonna look too good because this is the what? You let a coach go who had a top record and you brought in Doc Rivers, and now you had three different coaches since you won your last chip, and it's not good. That's some LeBron territory there for Giannis. Giannis is getting into LeBronville there, running them out. Now I know he hurt. I'm talking about his ego is hurt. Forget his physical, his mental, his ego is hurt. So I don't think you realize the flip of this coach, and it didn't work. And you had a coach where you had a great record, and when you brought Doc Rivers in, you've been a mediocre team. That's what's hurt. And besides, if he was playing, they're not that good. No way. Stop kidding yourselves. They're not that good. They're not that good. They're not that good. Mm-mm. No, I told you that, I called it. I called it before a lot of them did. I said KG, LeBron, Kawhi. One thing about the Olympic Dream Team this year, they're gonna have plenty of rest time. Some of the old guard is gonna definitely be over arrested. If things go according to plan, they're gonna have a lot of rest. KG, LeBron, AD, Steph, Kawhi. They about to be real rested for the Olympics. About to be real rested. Not to worry about no nagging injuries. They be sitting home about to go. It's about to be it set it off. I didn't think you quite thought it was gonna happen like that, did you? Think you're gonna go to Paris and be sore? Not quite. Not quite. Not quite. I got asked that too. Someone asked me when I did the Djokovic video, they said, do you think? I said they'll be win for the Olympics. I said, at first I did. I said, but now that I think about it, if LeBron and AD get sent home early, along with Durant, and Steph's already ready, they might get And then B might fool around and get healthy too. If the Knicks get that butt out of that, then you might starting five will definitely be fresh. Just saying. Boy, Anthony and Edwards gonna have to carry the team. Ant's gonna have to carry that squad. Woo! Because they're gonna be well rested. It's gonna be, just saying. Mm, I have never seen that before. What could possibly happen? Could you imagine that? The USA team starting five would be well rested. Who knew? Well, I saw it coming. I did. I saw it coming. I think that yeah. I never know what Sean McVay's gonna do, so I can't really read a lot into that. Again, I can't really read a lot into that. You know, I told you. I don't know what the Rams are gonna do because they not bad, but McVay's kind of a head scratcher though. He's a head scratching coach. Yeah, but not great though. But yet he's a threat. But I don't know what he's gonna do. I can't really read into it. Can't really read it because you know what happened with Gurley, and I didn't see that happening. You know, I thought him and you know, um, shut up. You trying to make me do a whack video. I'm not gonna waste my time doing that video. I know what you're trying to do. I ain't doing that video. You notice I did mention it in one of my NFL videos, but probably like 20 seconds. Come on now. You know I ain't doing that video. You want me to do that video. I'm not doing that video. I'll let Too Raw or somebody else do that video. I'm not doing that. I ain't touching that. I don't touch nothing with the last name Wilson if you're a quarterback. You notice that if you, aside from when I reported he went to Pittsburgh, I don't do them Wilson videos. That's is Charlie. That's it. If you're a football quarterback and your last name's Wilson, don't look for me. I'm not doing it. No Max take on that. Mm-mm. 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 Well, that Bo Nixon is an interesting move. I think, that's a good look if he's done right. You'd be lucky you didn't spit out your heart and fall out and do a Fred Sanford. Well, let me tell you what I've noticed. White broke quarterbacks always get chances. I don't know if it's because they think they're going to spy for the teams they play for. But see, this is the problem. The Jets head coach is just another meathead. He's no different than Mike Vrabel in Tennessee. Same type of meathead, just a different ethnic background, but the same meathead coach. Them 9-7, 9-8, 10-7, 8-10, no type of coaches. Grind out games, 20-14 type. Just don't really have no offensive depth, and then don't have the finished product. Third place, maybe second by default. You know. Yeah, you probably looked at Chad like Chad was smoking something. Probably want to have him a breathalyzer, drug tested. Ain't nobody buying that mess. Not at all. Everybody knows Zach Wilson sucks. I mean, I mean, come on now. I mean, they tried to run him out of there 2 years ago. They had Zach Must Go T-shirts, all kind. I mean, they know he sucks. Now, when they beat the Bills, which was unfortunate for us, and I thought, y'all got to be kidding. But we lost to two of the wackest quarterbacks in the last 10 years, him and Mac Jones. I say, well, y'all just no wonder. I said, y'all just a refuge, for buster quarterbacks. I mean, come on now. Can't do nothing with that. But I'm not doing that video though. So you can talk it all you want. I ain't doing that video. Nah, I wouldn't go that far. He looked more like a relief pitcher. It was more like a kinda like a Jeff Garcia thing. He hit some plays, but he also got his behind picked off and he got sacked. We just played Josh Allen just threw a lot of hero ball. That's what it was. He didn't look like he didn't have that kind of game against us. Now, if you had said Mac Jones, sadly, yes. Mac Jones was like Mahomes against us. Because Mac Jones was moving the rock, throwing touchdowns, and he was bopping his head like this was normal. And I'm like, am I in the twilight zone? No, Zach was poised because he hit a couple of things. He didn't really look that good against us. We just that uh Josh threw some picks. Josh was reckless. Threw some bad picks. It was a bad look for us. That's what it was. If you want me to be a 100 on you, that's what it was. You read an NFL draft profile for a quarterback in the zone? Whose comparison? Who? 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 Who draft profile in comparison is that? Who? Oh, shucks. Well, then you okay, thank goodness. There wasn't nobody that counted. No, I'm getting ready to say that's not no compliment. That means you're gonna get to steal money for 5 years. That's all right. Why don't you tell me that Zach Wilson is like a tier below Daniel Jones? So I go, yeah, I give you that. Hmm. Boy. But one thing I will get in white boys, they can be mediocre to bust a level and they will keep a job and keep a bag coming. I will give them that. I don't know how. And you wonder why I don't pay Mel Kiper no mind. Because between that perm on his head, that high hair, or his glasses on too thick, you wonder why. You wonder why. No one takes that turkey serious. Not at all. Is he a comedian? If Zach Wilson is your standard that they spit out analytics that's who you're comparable to, chances are you might still be on the rounds by next year at that rate. Got a good chance to, yeah. Oh God, that's an insult. Oh Lord, that's a nice, polite way of saying you suck. And the best, oh boy, that's why my boy got into a phone call with him about 10 years ago, and he was chewing his behind out. Not nobody pay no Mel Kiper no mind. You know, he's like he should be working on Fox News. That's what he should be on. The clowns are us. Always got some corny tape. No one pay that turkey no mind. He should get on Plugged In Correct with Bill Maher or something. Be a broke comedian has been with them third, fourth tier takes, which somebody might care about. I mean, uh, I don't pay him no mind because I had told you before, white boys be hating. If they knew the half of what they get paid to talk about, that'd be one thing. They can educate a guest like I do. Give me the money. I can tell you who I think could be good if I get to see them. But they just be making it up out there behind for different reasons. Different reasons. And they hate on brothers, which we already know. They've been wrong so many times and they ain't funny. But I'm not surprised though. I am never surprised though. Never. You saw my video. I did my video. And I said why I think that he got drafted. Not too people gonna check my video. My video gonna be one of them underrated ones. I said it could be a Michael Vick situation. I know what it's about. It's got a lot to do with Alex Smith and Mahomes. That's what's up. See, people, if this was a white situation, they wouldn't say nothing. Left-handed black quarterback coming to Atlanta. Who's remind me of? Agile, mobile, not quite the rifle of Michael Vick, but it puts you in a certain frame of mind. But it's not even about that. It's the reaction to Patrick Mahomes because I got a veteran quarterback. Now, I have to ask yourself, who was better out of Alex Smith and Kirk Cousins? Alex Smith was better, but Kirk Cousins makes more money. But it's the same kind of situation. If he sits behind him and he learns, he can take the job. That's what I'm talking about. And see what cracks me up. Kirk Cousins ain't that good. He ain't that good. We all up here acting like Kirk Cousins done had a Hall of Fame career and that he was so deep and that he was leading all these teams and doing all this. Yeah. Well, I remember because I remember I was West Coast and when they played the Seahawks, he was on his legs rolling and he shouldn't have been out there. Killed that career off. Shanahan should have learned something. He had Donovan McNabb the year before, and Donovan was shot. Then he gets a youngster who got hurt, and that was it. And why RG3 didn't sue him for malpractice, I don't know. But then again, he was slurping Snyder's behind, so you know how RG3 is too. So I ain't got to tell you about him. He's all happy to be a house in the same neighborhood as the massa. So yeah, you kind of know how that went. But anyway, yeah, Kirk Cousins, we ain't never paid Kirk Cousins no mind. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep. Except he tap dances for him though, so and I'm not talking about because of who he's married to, I'm just talking about how he shuffles on that plantation. That's why Rod Parker called him a cornball brother. And he did go out corny. He should have sued them for malpractice. And Shanahan lost all credibility as a head coach with that mess. He killed that man's career off. No, he shouldn't have had him out there against Seattle. He was rolling on the ground all broke up. Just pitiful. Mhm. Yeah, because Daniel Snyder didn't want to know how his Daniel Snyder is like Trump, okay? He's a polity. He did all kinds of freaky deaky. Shoot, he could have probably got a puffy party in there. And they didn't pay him to go away. You ain't seen Daniel. You don't even know Daniel Snyder's alive. He could be living right next door to you and you wouldn't even know it. They got him so far out there, it's like Jimmy Hoffa. No, McNair was old. See, I had a buddy of mine who's a diehard Washington fan. We watched McNabb. He was old. They got him about 2 or 3 years past the pull date. He was done. He had him like I'll say it like this. If he was good there, let me tell you what good would have been in Washington with him and Shanahan. 7-9. He was done, man. He was done. He looked old and busted. It was a wrap. He tried, just wasn't there. Well, Shanahan worked with Elway, but that's when they got Terrell Davis. That was the one. TD was the turning point. That's what turned that mother out for Denver. But Shanahan, when you think about it, he would have been on that Fisher Price too because he was average with the Raiders. And he didn't look that good with Washington. So, unless suntan and that sunscreen messed his head up, he didn't do much in Washington. So that was a bad look. Donovan was shot. Yeah, he always keeps good running game. Yeah, he do. He do. He do. But that there was a reason why, McNabb was there for, However, I was kind of surprised with that one because that wasn't bad. But this Shaquan going from the Giants to Philly, that can home back to haunt the Giants. Shaquan gonna be filthy in Philly. McNabb was old when he got released. He was old. And Shanahan wasn't the half the coach that Andy Reid is. Mm-mm. Yeah. Philly should be good. Well, I told you one thing. Philly's on the hot seat this year. They fool around and mess up this year, your boy gonna be gone. That coach is on the hot seat. Oh, Gino, he on the hot seat. I told you, Philly or Frisco got to do something this year. So we'll see. I ain't got a dog in that race with that, but I'm just saying they both on the hot seat this year. I think Philly will be better this year though. So we'll see. Yeah. mm, Stay focused. You know. Stay healthy as much as you can, and they got a chance. They got a chance. I like their coach. I like their quarterback. I like getting digs. Defense getting better. They definitely got a nice upside. I know about that. I saw that. I saw that thing on a forum. No wonder he can run so fast, but he be running in and out too. Now Miami just soft, yo. They just soft. Can't play in the cold. Can't take no hits. Yeah, y'all going I told you before, I might be a year. You might beat me by a year. I told you y'all were gonna be in the where y'all were. Wasn't no accident. Cause once LaFleur and Love got on the same page, you saw what happened. And that spanking of Dallas ain't no accident. So now you got Jacob, got your running game straight. I'm gonna tell you something. Frisco don't get it together. Y'all tear that butt up next year. It's gonna be you in Detroit. Y'all in Detroit gonna be two top two teams. I got a feeling. So somebody got to give up something. Y'all got a chance to be deep. You got a chance to be deep. So we'll see. You know, because you're not that far off. Yeah. Wow. Orlando spanked Cleveland. Ooh. 2-2. France Wagner. Wow. Stupid stuff. And you ask me, do I get excited about draft? Stupid stuff. Yeah, we all are upset. Went on Facebook, went on Instagram. They all upset. I don't even like talking about it because they act like they don't have a clue. What you don't know, do you? Do you know what they're thinking about trying to do? What the Bills are thinking about doing on the low? Have you heard? And tell your neighbor from a reliable Bills fan here, Debo Samuel. That's the one that's on the low. I got contact. It dropped in my box. That's the deal they're trying to make. They're trying to make a. That's the bombshell. They're trying to make that happen. That's on the low. And what they want to do is probably make a splash with someone like that. Don't want to spend a lot of cash. Unload what they got and work around that. That's the plan B. Yeah, I was on the Bills was talking. I saw some of the fans talking about well the receivers kind of slow. I don't know if they'd have to give up a king's ransom, but that's what I heard on the low. He got the bag, but they can't win. Has he not been to 2 Super Bowls in the last 4 years, and they ain't what they got to show for it? I mean, they got runner up, but they may not win nothing. And besides, Josh Allen is more steady than what they got in Frisco. I'm just saying. They don't have to give up a king's ransom. They trying to free up some cap and they trying to make a move. So it's a possibility. You ain't gotta give up as much as you think. This ain't like the NBA. Getting Debo ain't gonna be like getting Rudy Gobert. Okay, I know what you thinking. It ain't like the same. And they don't do that in the NFL. That and them kind of deals ain't happened since Herschel Walker. Uh, it depends on what Kyle Shanahan thinks he's got. I don't know. I don't know. But I'm not worried about the 49ers. They got talent regardless if they have him or not because they got enough to still be a Super Bowl contending team. I mean, they've been to 2 Super Bowls in the last 4 years, and they've been to what? Lost the NFC Championship game to Philly and the Rams. So it's not like they've been camping. They just can't seal the deal. So I saw the suit, the shirt, and the tie. Yeah, ain't got nothing to do with what he's wearing. Problem he gonna run into. Yeah, I saw what he said about Michael Penix, and I laughed because I'm like, look, that's why your butt sitting on why you're sitting with Pat McAfee right now. Cause you was stuck with Mac and Cheese Jones. Where you at right now? Why you still looking to catch Don Shula? Don Shula didn't get fired like you got fired, Bill Belichick. So all them rings and all that success, and you got stuck with. Of course, that's why he got fired. Told you before, you don't let a ring go out the door. Shoot, I'm gonna tell you a word to the wise. Letting the ring go out the door is like letting a good woman go out. And you get other women, but there's a special one that you get. You know when you got gold, why you gonna settle for Koenig, Zirconia, or bronze if you got a gold? Don't be no fool. Don't be dumb. See, and that's what that turkey did. That's why he got to sit up there and shuffle and grin and act like he got some personality. He'd probably be on Saturday Night Live at this rate. Yeah, he messed with that man's money. That's what's up. And see, wait on this. You mess with the money, things get funny. That's white crime on crime right there. And he was cool with him. And you know what? Would have let him try to catch Shula too if Brady don't win no ring. If Brady don't win no ring and goes to Tampa Bay and gets knocked out in the first, second round, he's like, okay, that's cool. That's cute. I tell you, man went there and won a ring, made Tampa Bay relevant. You can never live that down. And he came back to New England and beat you and they won off. You can't live that down. Can't live that down. Meanwhile, you stuck with Zappa, mac and cheese, and that other baldy, and then you had Cam. You had 4 different quarterbacks since Brady left. How's it turned out? Now you just drafted another fresh faced white boy. And if it wasn't for people tripping about Michael Penix so much, the cat that they just drafted, they was getting the cringe face for that. Not good, New England. Not good. That's why I think your butt will be at the bottom. He knows offense. The problem is that he knows offense. The problem is that he doesn't. A quarterback, when you hit, yeah, he did. Because Grunk came with Brady, and that was big too. And Grunk wasn't feeling him. Yeah, he did. Hmm. And that's what happened. And Kraft gave him a chance. He said, "Okay, I'll listen to you. You've been running things, okay." You think that white man gonna run him off when he's close to shooting, even though the rate Belichick's going is gonna probably take about what? So if you average about 6 wins a year, that's gonna probably take you about what? 3, 4 years? I don't know. Kraft said, I don't know. I hope I live long enough to see you break it. I don't know. That's what that means in English. Remember when he used to get 12 wins a season? Yeah, he get half that without Brady. You see what happened? And wins are hard to come by now for New England. I'm just keeping it 100. He didn't mess. He almost messed up his legacy. Had he stayed, when they kept on with mac and cheese, probably would take about 4 years to crack 6 wins a year. If you get half that, there's no guarantee. There's no guarantee. He messed up bad. Messed up bad. So, just saying. The fact that he can motivate, I think that's the thing. Because he had his no scrub quarterbacks and they got to the playoffs. Come on now. You got to know how to coach to get them busters in somewhere. I mean, come on now. That's why Omar Epps deserves coaching gigs. Are you kidding? Shh. You see what he was stuck with at quarterback? Oof. I don't know too many coaches could have pulled that off. Mike Tomlin is the real deal as a coach. That's what impresses me. Hmm. See, Mike Tomlin is kind of like Eric Spoelstra. He gets the most out of what he doing. Most people would not even, they couldn't even fathom that. That's when you can coach. It's easy when you got 15 names or 2 or 3 superstars, but one you got to stuck with some busters. Cowher was a thinking man. Like when he used the 5 wide and had Cordell Stewart and running all this and Neil O'Donnell and me running, they came up with some great offensive ideas. He always had ideas and he kept his team fresh. He was very detailed on that. Very implemented a lot of things that worked. Hmm. I liked his formations and different things he did. He utilized real well. Real well. So I give him that. That's why they were, you know, that's what I'm saying. That's why I did the video I did. And I think in time that video will get some love that I did. I gave Michael Penix love. Cause I know I see what's up. I see what they did and I see where it was at. And white folks hating. But they're hating by themselves. I like that move. I know why they did it. See, this is how when you got white privilege, you're like, why did you get him after you did Kirk? Why? Did they ever when and no, it's not the same because but Seattle did the same thing with Mike with Flynn, and then they got Russell Wilson. It happens before. And they act like this money's all guaranteed. Kirk Cousins ain't guaranteed all that money. I know why they're doing this. What they do is they have a white dude who's in the window and then a black dude behind the curtains to prepare. Mm, mentor, but I don't know if he can train him. I think Penix has got his own. I like his outlook. Listen. I saw what he did with the university with the Huskies last year. I think he's gonna be all right. I think it's gonna be all right. I think he's gonna be all right. You know, I know what the Falcons did. I think it's one of the smartest moves I've seen. And besides, and white boys don't want to tell you because they see teams are playing copycat. They see brothers laying in behind. McCarthy. Yeah, I saw something about that. I'm indifferent. Yeah, but I don't know what they're gonna do this year though. They fell off the map last year. I don't know. Could be a long year for them. I don't know. And I can't really gauge it because we're not in the season yet. So I'm indifferent because I can't, I'm just going by the penny. No, like there's a few things I'll comment on. I can't really, I don't want to get into all because football season, we're not really near there yet. But there's a few things I'll comment on. But I'm not going to get into that kind of detail because, again, we're a ways from that. But I wanted to address a couple things, not everything. But you do know Orlando spanked Cleveland, beat their butt up. Do you care? I mean, no one cares about that series. I'm just keeping it 100. I mean, probably. And the reason being is because they each got what the other don't have. The thing about it is Cleveland is a soft second tier version of better teams with a guy who can score, but they're not a deep team. No one takes them serious. And Orlando's a young team that's got a lot of upside, but they're a young team. But when I say they're young, they're not a threat like OKC young. It's a nice story, but you're not sweating either one of those two. So if it does go 7, who cares? You know, it probably might. It's not gonna really make a break. No one expects them to come out the second round. Whoever comes out of that series, no way. Only if they beat split with Boston and make that thing go 6, 7 games, then Boston's butt's in trouble. Fool around, don't take them serious, your butt be on trouble. Don't lose this game. Don't lose this game, Boston, because if you lose to Miami, your butt's in trouble. The longer that series goes, the more it favors Miami. You heard it here first. Get caught napping one time, get caught napping twice, you in for a dogfight. And it ain't going to be pretty. When they get there after the second quarter, they suck at first. You don't hardly be there. It's not so much as the crowd. It's just that the Heat have to play a game where you got to stay away from turnovers. You got to control the tempo and you got to make smart passes. What I mean is that you got to not get into, you want to make Porzingis beat you. That's what Spo was teaching them. We can take our chances with Tatum and Brown. You can't have Porzingis beat you because he becomes a problem. And then if Al Horford and them get going and Brown and White gets going, that's the problem. But you make the front guys and you pretty much hold your own. Don't get into turnovers and don't try to beat them at their game, but be quick on them. Get your shots up, prepare on defense, make them play ugly. That's how you beat Boston. Make Tatum and Brown put the ball on the floor, you know. Make them make extra passes. I wouldn't double. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Only one I would double team is Porzingis because he's the one That's cherry picking. You you make him have to play a certain way. Tatum and Brown, you can live with that. You have to. But you can't have Porzingis getting off. That's the problem right there. Because if Porzingis is making 3 and 4 threes and the others are cooking, you're gonna get cooked. Okay. And then White will come in and do his thing. You gotta keep Porzingis just what you did. Speed him up, force him, you know. What's happening? How you doing? You can't make no cherry picker play no defense because he ain't got to play no defense because now we in this zone free basketball. But what you do, right, is you make him accountable for boards. Not so much defense, but boards. See, because if he ain't making his shots and he ain't getting no rebounds, he ain't effective. And then you wear him out. That's what you do. No, it's cool. I understand. I'm not holding against nobody. Life happens, and I'm here for about another 20 minutes. Glad you came through. It's all good. Glad you're here tonight. But no, Porzingis, he's gonna relish being a third option. I like what Spo did the other night. He got him out there to shoot that long shot, kept his butt out the glass, kept his behind from posting and then reposting and that spread. So forced him to stop and think and shoot. That's how you beat these guys. I could tell you how to coach Boston. They want to transition and get some quick dunks and move on you. You catch them top of the key. If you're gonna do anything with Tatum, you want him to beat you with a passing game. The only way they get high from three is they ball rotate. But how they get high from three is that Tyler Hero has to facilitate and draw. Then you beat them with the passes to Bam in the box. Because the Bam can get a real double-double, pushing 15, 20 points. That's a problem. I told you, Bam is dangerous in the 20 to 24 range. If you're Boston, you want him to be 12 points to 16. If he's 20 to 24, Miami's going to win. Tyler Hero has to have a full sheet. Yeah. But at the same time, don't take anything you don't need and stay away from turnovers, stay away from dribbling too much, and make sure that you get everybody involved. Because that's how you're going to beat Boston. You can't beat Boston by playing our best against your best. But you make them play ugly, you turn the ball over, you make them turn it over. And you got to get them into an ugly, low-scoring type of situation. So, because he doesn't have the luxury of having turkeys going 1 for 10, doing like D'Lo did. You think Spo got time enough to have a guy sit on the sidelines making a selfie or text messaging when he's 0 for 10 or something? I don't think so. Can't put no Easter eggs over Coach Spo because he don't have the kind of talent. You know. No, he don't. No, he don't. Because he know he gone. It don't even matter what he do. He know he gone. I already told you what y'all gonna do. You know, you can bring some more people here to watch this live stream if they basketball fans or Laker fans. I tell you what you're gonna do. You're gonna get packaged up. Him and that white boy, and somebody else gonna get packaged up for Trae Young. That's what's up. Lock about to get cleared out. I told you they hate Darvin Ham. LeBron is pouting. LeBron gonna probably seriously think about retiring when they lose this series. You don't like him on your team. You don't trust him like that. He's in that bachelor pad in Atlanta and he can't do nothing in Atlanta. What the heck you think he gonna do in LA? I haven't seen anything about him that tells me he would be a good fit, except for scrub teams. Appreciate you, LP. Whenever time permits. Thank you. Oh, that's a good one. Joker. Joel Embiid, Luca, Shea. I'm 4. And I want to say, who would be my number 5? Who? Let's see. I'm going to say Ant. Ant. That's my 5 right now. 80s? Come on now. Magic, Bird, Isaiah, Jordan. I'm going to say Andrew Toney. I was a big fan of him. He just got hurt. And that's a dude that should have been. Um, I'll say Barkley because he was gonna be, yeah, yeah. I gotta put him in there, and then I'd probably say Dominique. Um, yeah, yeah, but he was more like late 70s and 80s, and his was a different. He would have been like if I had like 15 to 20, but them guys I'd put ahead of him because they were more. I love Dantley, but they were more athletic, and if I'm gonna, you know, I would have thrown Bob McAdoo in there too. So, but I gotta take them guys. Their bags were ridiculous. No, honorable to Dr. J, but his was the 70s too. So, the fact that I said Andrew Toney should tell you how much I love. And Tony was sick. It's just that he got hurt. That's the only reason. Tony was one of my favorites. Yeah, but that's also because he played with the Dan Issel, who was a bad, crazy, no tooth white boy, was bad, and they just didn't win. And that thing is, and David Thompson, who had an underrated bag too. Kiki had a nice. They did. They just didn't play no defense. They could score with anybody. If you want my honest opinion, it's kind of funny 40 years ago when I look at them then and now. Because that team they had back then was more talented than what they got now. But they didn't have no Jokic. And it was a different NBA. Different NBA. But if you took that team back then. Oh, the football player or the basketball? Because you got to clarify, because there's two Larry Johnsons. The one that lived with Jay-Z who played football for Kansas City or Grandmama. He had handles and he could shoot. He had a nice outside shot. And he was doing that Tyler Perry before Tyler Perry too. Grandmama. Except no one thought he was part of the Starburst crew. He wasn't Starburst. But he did do he did have the Tyler Perry look before Tyler did. He was a funny dude. I still remember that time him and Alonzo got into that fight. That was hilarious. And Jeff Van Gundy was hanging on for dear life. His bald head was all out there bare. I was cracking up. Remember he hit that 4-point play against Zoe. That was crazy. No, he better. He's not. No, he got hurt, but he was balling. I will see what happens when he comes back. I don't want to quite say it yet. We'll see what happens. I just think he has to take better care of himself because I think he's a freak. He just underachieves. And the funny thing is, I know his cousin too. I know his cousin, and I told him, I said, I know he's a broke Junior Whopper Durant because that's what he remind me of, the frame and everything. I said, he just doesn't stay consistent. He got that sick move when he drives on the base from the left to the right. He got a sick take, but he just inconsistent. He just doesn't. It's bummy. It's bummy because he could be so much better. I'd just be shaking him and CJ McCollum. They're a frustrating team. They're going to be one of those teams that you saw that you thought maybe they could have been top three, but they're going to be bottom three. They just don't have no consistent. That's what I'm saying. It's like he smoked too many joints. I don't know what it is with him. I don't know if he be getting high. I don't know. Something don't be adding up. He should be way better than he is. You agree? That dude should be an all-star. And he just be playing like I don't feel like it. So I don't know. I mean, tell me you getting bought and paid off to be so half-hearted, but don't tell me that that's the best he gets. Just ain't buying it. But yeah, you're right, the body language. He was good there for a moment, but he didn't stay consistent. He was good for a moment. It just didn't last, that's all. Yeah, because that's how I met my homeboy's cousin. I met him and he told me his cousin was, and I said, okay, and they look alike. I said, but he got to put some weight on and he just has to be more aggressive, and he just wasn't. Different frustrations, though. Different frustrations. Ingram was frustrating because he ain't made himself into a better player. And it's like, yeah, you a second option, third option. Wiggins is frustrating because he could have been better, like way better. Like you look like that with your defense and your offense when Golden State made their run. And you look like you could have been the second best player on Golden State when you made that run and won the chip. But it's just not consistent. Like his defense, but he just think his scoring is atrocious. It just, but see, at least Wiggins got the ring. I saw something. I've not seen it out of Ingram. So, but yeah, I'm always glad when younger cats like yourself get to see some of these cats I talk about. You understand the frustration I tell you about these bum behaviors when they feel like stepping up, when they want to step, but they don't always want to step up. You get to see it for yourself, what I'm talking about. 'Cause you see some of these guys right before your eyes and you're thinking, he should have been a woulda, coulda, should have been a HOF. And instead, he's a BUM. And I'm going to forget about him. And if some turkey comes up to me and says he should have been a HOF, you're going to be like, no, he ain't no Hall of Famer. Yeah, he was. Good call. Yeah, he was. There was a time he was the best offensive center and Dwight was the best defensive center. But when I remember when he start shooting that three ball and talk about I'm just zenning it and just acting like a brat, just like rested development. I'm like, what are you doing? And that's why Kobe wanted his butt out of there. Didn't have the work ethic. Yeah. But his work ethic wasn't consistent. Got them rings, got that la la land and just went soft. That's why they traded his butt back east. And I heard he went to Monte Carlo, went bowling, got him some crazy hair, and just, you don't even know what happened to him. Yeah. Should have had a really good career too. Yup. I go back when he was in Syracuse, had a sweet left hand shot from the corner, put the ball on the floor, moved, got to the NBA, and it's a lot of them cats like that, yo. That money, them women, them drugs, those cars, that lifestyle. Cats forgot all about where they got there. Yeah, and you saw what happened with him recently with the head coaching job. They got his butt up out of there too. Yeah, he always was popping off, talking trash, talk tough on TV, you know. And one of those guys, they really went extra hard to put him in a position, and he just never got it. He never could get out of his shadow. Well, he did that because Jordan, when Jordan was playing with Washington. He wanted to make it like North Carolina clubhouse. So he talked trash before that. Oh yeah, you talking about that 96 game? Jordan shook him so bad that fool landed in the front row. If you're talking about that one play where Jordan juked him and he dived over, Jordan lit his behind. Yeah, it's a highlight reel of it. It was hilarious. Got juked bad. Because he was playing with Iverson. You never hear Iverson talk about Stack. Stack one of them loudmouth East Coast cats. Talk trash. Then I remember that foul when Dallas was playing Miami and he tried to hit Shaq hard in game 5. One of them games. And Shaq was down playing and Shaq said he just, Stack always was like that. Yeah. Yeah, then he played with Washington, as you remember. And he dogged Grant Hill. He said, "You really weren't Detroit. You ain't really Detroit cat." Always had something to say. Yup. Lit his butt up. Remember that play? Cause Stack went for a bite and his butt went head first. I cracked up. Lit his butt up. I laughed. Jordan lit his behind up. I never cared for Stack. So you should never talk trash to nobody in the NBA. Not no great player. Any of them. Shoot. Ask Kevin Garnett about Tim Duncan. Shh. Leave him alone. Shh. Light your butt up. Yeah, he was. And I love that East Coast Bay dunk he did in the slam dunk contest. That was filthy. That was one of the last original dunks I saw. But yeah, he talked a lot. Yeah. Yeah. Well, bums do got skills. It's just that they don't be consistent. That's why they become bums. Because it's like, man, you could be great, you could be good. You choose to be a bum. You just when you feel like it. That's where we started that whole segment. That's exactly. He's one of them. So no, you don't talk trash to nobody that matters. Because them guys can light your behind up and embarrass you. Well, if you got time on the bench, you got to remember now, it's not like how it used to be. They only go 7, 8 deep. So you ain't going to get some, it ain't going to like you're going to go 10 deep. But I know what you get at. But it ain't like how it used to be. Used to be some cat would blow up. But everybody don't go but so deep no more. You know. So we'll see. You know. It's easy to step up today because everybody can shoot a three. It's a different ball game. Yeah, well, and you know why too. They don't have, yeah, keeps the cost down, and they don't really have guys that they really, again, that's how your bench is not that good. Playoff basketball used to be so different. I blame Mike D'Antoni for that because teams started going 8, 9 deep, 7, 8 deep. But then again, you can do that today because there's no many fouls called because you don't have to have a Shaquille O'Neal where you run through all those fouls. So you're not fouling as much as you should. But you shouldn't be going to the free throw line 500 times either. There you go. So yeah, well, it's a different era. Excuse me, different era. Different era. Back then, you had centers that played and power forwards that played, and it was fouls and free throws and stuff. You ain't got that no more. You ain't got that no more. Phil Jackson's genius and legacy was getting the Bill Winninghams and getting Luke Longley and getting, them used car salesman white boys coming off and they looking like they should be selling you cars and they come in and get some playing time. They don't want to do that. Dan Tony's the one that started that mess, if you want to know. He's the one that went with the short rotation because with the speedball era, you burn out people and you rotate and you bring speed because that's what Phoenix did. That's what Golden State did, if you remember, except when they brought David Lee against LeBron and Iguodala switch. But they was doing that with Bosa and all that, and then with what's that brother they got from the Clippers? Can't think of what they got. Um, yeah, and that's why they get burned out. That's why they get burned out because he doesn't know how to rotate and he can't trust them. He doesn't. And then when you get a guy who comes on there and brings an Easter egg on there, you can't. Then you what you gonna do? You're no accountable. He can't give nobody no blow. That's how he's getting out coached. And then the pacing is not good, and then you don't get all your starters. Yeah, he has to play like ridiculous amount of minutes, and he's too old for that at this stage. He's getting burnt out. He's exhausted. And that's why AD be running out of gas too. And when I did my video and I said this, you know, the problem that LeBron runs into, it's not so much that he's old or nothing, it's just that this is a style that is used against him because it's big, it's a push, and it's tough for teams. Yeah, he should because he doesn't. He's got to play defense. He's got to go on the switches, and then if he's not getting any touches, he gets cold. So he's gonna run out of gas. That's a lot of exhaustion. Joker's been pounding that butt. You saw how he pounding him, beat him up. Then you got to go run after Jam. And plus, you done ran your mouth and said you should get Defensive Player of the Year, and you want to guard everybody. So that, of course, you're gonna run out of gas. And he shoots perimeter shots, and yeah, they do. They wear you down. It's the strategic move. It's not so much that they're a special great team, but they got the bodies to mess with the Lakers. That's why I told you it wasn't a good look. Aaron Gordon is big and bulky, and Portis runs you in and out, and Jokic. I mean, they just bang you. And they make you have to play where they can wear you down. That's what they're doing. You sprinting, and then by the time they come along, they sprint with you. You can't outrun them. That's why they don't give up their leads. That's why they're so tough on the Lakers. And it's tough for the Lakers to combat that because they don't have the firepower to make Denver pay. And for all that talk about how great LeBron can facilitate, he ain't got the firepower. I don't know about that because you got to remember when he was in Orlando, he didn't show me this. I didn't see that guy in Orlando. I saw a guy that was a freak of nature, but he didn't have no. He tried that in Orlando, it didn't work. He looked good now because he's playing with a dominant player who can put him in position. He wasn't that dude back then, so I don't know about that. His size makes him work, but I don't know if he could have. I don't know about that. I saw Buck Williams back then. I don't know if Aaron Gordon could have handled that. You put some wood on him, I don't know. Oh, I agree. So would Larry Bird. So would Magic Johnson. So would Dwayne Wade. Who else you want me to name? Who else you want me to name? Jordan would force Jamal Murray and them, and AD would get his looks. Yeah, people got to stop with all this narrative that he's a great all around force. If he's really, yeah, I mean, Doc came in and the Sixers went to finals. You know, he just got old, but I mean, anybody that knows how to facilitate, Magic would figure this out. Because Magic would make AD run and they would have D'Lo and Reeves doing something. I did that video. I don't know if you saw my video when I said AD should be mad because I said that when Moses came to Dr. J wasn't acting all stuck up. He knew he needed Moses to win a ring. And you have to know how to defer and humble yourself. LeBron ain't learned it. He talks a good game on TV. They haven't humbled themselves. That's why I said what I said. I ain't stuttering. The truth of the matter is you could be up 2-1. You could be up 3-0 right now. If you had the right mindset, the right coach, the right strategy. He mad because he can't stand his coach and he can't stand what he has to suck up to, but that's his choice. Yeah, he was mad. Well, scratch your behind and get glad because that's what you signed up for. You signed up for exactly what you got. You stuck with an old man who's going to run the game into the ground and a coach who's too scared to say anything, and you don't have the horses it takes. Reeves can put up some cute numbers, but he ain't the answer. D'Lo can put up some cute numbers. He ain't the answer. He too scared to. He already called him the greatest player he ever saw. He got him up out of New Orleans. He got him a bubble ring and an in-house painted on his wall and some commercials and got him out to LA to look like a star, co-star. What else you want? Now, I'm going to say this. Barkley ain't lying. You ain't lying. Others ain't lying. I ain't lying. But then you also got to look at it from the other side. He was in New Orleans, and LeBron's his hero. He still looks at him like a puppy. You know, because he doesn't want him to shine. He pulled that mess in the 2020 finals against Miami. Oh, yeah, I bring it here live. I will bring it on here. People want to watch it. I tell it. I've already said that. But you can't, if you're competitive, just comes a point where you man up or you just sit there like a puppy. And you let your master pat you on your head and say, good boy, I'll give you a cookie. That's what he doing. Because he's a settler. That's why he ain't gonna never be in the same sentence with Jokic and Joel Embiid. He should be. He's as talented. He's a more natural talent than those two, if you want my honest opinion. Because what AD can do, that ain't hard. He can score and rebound and block and defend and move. But I told you he do all that growling. And then at the end of the game, he's like, can't take him serious. He's a good example of a guy who got bought and paid off by LeBron. And LeBron had stole his manhood. Stole his hood. And he got a sorry suck-up coach who can't do nothing about it. Because those are the way the cookie crumbles. And see, I might do a video about it, about how Kobe was the young man and Shaq was the old man. How did this thing flip? Because AD's the young man and LeBron's the old man. But how did this flip? And why ain't there no alpha involved? Because AD ain't no alpha. So I watch the game the way I'm watching the game. I don't watch it because, it's not that he thinks he's young. It's that he thinks he can dictate the game. It's not about age. It's about he thinks he can dictate. He knows he's older, but he can still dictate. That's the problem. He tells them cats, let me get my 10 and my 5, and y'all fall back. And we're going to be okay. That's the problem. Except he hasn't got in his mind that it don't matter because you don't make you the last 3 years. You remember he was close to the scoring title and they lost, didn't make it in the playoffs. The last 2 years, you're playing tournament team. Your numbers just don't move the needle. Yeah, it's 26, 27, and 8 and 8 and 9 and 9, but you're not winning nothing. You're a play-in tournament team. Bingo, bingo, bingo. But it wasn't. Let's just not even talk about Jordan. We can talk about Magic, Larry. I name names. You know, none of those guys had that freedom because they knew when their time was up. And they also knew that injuries or something had happened. I mean, yeah, Elijah got old, he knew. And the problem that he runs into, his ego can't take it. Because to be honest with you, the only way y'all really would have a chance, he's got to play like Jason Kidd did and basically be a 10-10-10 triple-double. 15 points or 17 points. He had to come down about 10 plus points and defer more. He ain't going to do that. He ain't going to do that. So, what deserves a video? What deserves a video? Tell me what that means. What deserves a video? You tell me and I'll write it down. I'm going to do it tomorrow. Tell me what deserves a video. Okay, I'll write that down. Okay, I'll do that tomorrow then. Yeah, in all honesty. And you know who else needs to do that? Luka. Luka does too. See, you noticed last night he scored 20. Kyrie scored 20. Everybody got involved. You got to do that. If you're a so-called playmaker, you have to do that. This hero ball, well, I got to get 25, 699 or 27.99. It ain't working. It ain't working. And the reason why you got to do that, if you're LeBron at this age, is that you don't have that fallback. Luka and Donovan Mitchell. What about Donovan? Donovan had 18 tonight. Donovan wouldn't go to Dallas. He'd probably go to New York. That's where he would go. Donovan gonna go somewhere where he can score. He ain't gonna go there with no Dallas. That really wouldn't work for him. Because he'd be under delusion. And he'd be trying to ball hog there with Kyrie. And he ain't gonna settle for the third row. He ain't gonna settle. But if he goes to New York, it's a good fit. He goes to Philly, that's a good fit. Because he could be a legit co-star. He wouldn't go to Dallas. He'd only go to Dallas if it was 5 years later from now. Then he would pretty much think, I can't do it by now. He wouldn't do that at this stage. But yeah, if LeBron played like Jason Kidd, fed AD, and then Rue got going, and then, those guys, then it's a situation. Those guys are scared of him. They don't want to step on no toes. That's what's up. And they got a coach who's too scared to say anything. So that's what's up. I already see the writing on the wall. That's why your butt's in the trouble you in. That's how you end up being back-to-back years in the same predicament. Whereas if he just now, because he had standards, that's why. Shoot. I mean, he had freedom, but he didn't have the kind of situation that LeBron had. They make excuses for LeBron. Even when he's at fault, they find a way to downplay everything. And see, I'm coming to LeBron's defense in one thing. It ain't about nothing to do with age. No, he wasn't too fond of him. It got nothing to do with age if you're an assist man. If you're a so-called facilitator, what's that got to do with your age? The problem is that you don't give up that rock. No, they know how he gets down. That's why he's getting exposed bad now. He's actually catching. I didn't do the video about it, but he's actually catching what Denver is becoming to him. When I saw Two Raw's video about Boston and Jordan, it's because he's catching it late in his life now, where this is what have happened if you'd actually had competition in your conference. You might not have been on all those trips to the finals. There's teams that got your number. He was fortunate that he went a great deal of his career without having to deal with that. Yep. But he's catching it now at the end stage of his career, and it's messing his head up. Good call on that. This is exactly what I'm talking about. He's tasting a brunt of that now. He's always been able to wiggle and weasel his way out of with others. He can't do it no more. He thought he'd go over to the West and eventually Golden State would fade out, but then he didn't see them Nuggets coming. And then that's what's up. And see, the thing about it is, it's not like there's a lot of teams in the West because I'm going to be real with you. Y'all, as whack as y'all is, y'all could probably mess with about 5 or 6 of the teams in the West right now. But oh boy, dealing with that big bully on the Rocky Mountain High. And that's the problem. There's nothing wrong with what he did. The problem is that he can't hide behind nobody, because in years past he had D Wade and Bosh and Ray Allen and all that, and then he had Kyrie and Love, and then Gerald Smith came in. And then you got what he had with Rondo, AD, Dwight Howard, all that, and JaVale McGee. He had the right pieces. The problem is that a few years later, he can't flip it because he can't possibly unload the parts. He can't possibly get the pieces to fit to catch him where he's at in his career now. That's the problem. And therefore, yeah, he was his best coach. David Blatt was his most offensive-minded coach. Tyronn Lue was the coach that brought them the structure. So Spo was his best coach, and Tyronn Lue was his best structured coach. And after that, he's just been running through cats because he hasn't had to be held accountable. That's all. Now he's had to be held accountable. Because Pat Riley, when he won with Shaq, he's pretty much, look, I made that. I did that. That's why I can sit up here MVP. I came down for Shaq. I needed that ring. I'm going to get rings. I needed that. That's what Riley was saying. That's how big it was for Riley when he won with Shaq. He didn't want to stand on Spo's toes, and he wasn't going to give, because he knew he was older. Yeah, but the thing is that that's what gave Pat Riley. They both needed to get that ring post LA. That's why that worked. They had rings, but you see, you're talking about a different poker matchup. LeBron hadn't had a taste of that. He went to the finals. He ain't had that. So it's like, you're gonna win with this guy who doesn't have the ring I got. That's how we gonna do this. You dig? That's what that was about. So that's what happened there. I know exactly what he did. He wasn't gonna let LeBron pimp that, pimp my ride. Uh-uh. He said, "Look, I did that with Shaq. I'm not gonna do that with you." So I got 10 more minutes. 10 more minutes. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I know what Pat Riley did. He needed that ring with Shaq, just like Shaq needed that ring. And Dwayne Wade was that's what was up. But once he got that ring, well, yeah, because he knew what Shaq put into it. Now Shaq and him fell out, but they ain't made up since then. But LeBron don't just play basketball. He wants to corner the whole store, and he wants everyone to suck the rings and do all that. Riley ain't gonna sit there and do all that extra. It's like, man, play the game and everything else will come to you. Yeah, I think the thing is that a Martin will, but with a flip, because Shaq did win with less. And it's a testament to how he was able to, uh, make it work with his dynamics. Not built on a lot of great teams, but a special, if he was coached with the right, to me, that's really it. Forget about the weight and all that stuff, because that didn't really make no difference. You put him with the right system, he thrived with the right coach. That's what made it happen, you know. And a different play than Wilt though. Because the truth is, you really can't compare Shaq to nobody. You can't compare Wilt to nobody, but there is that Wilt. I'm gonna do a video about Wilt though. I got something I'm gonna do about that. But they were different. There's a different approach though. Shaq was brutal strength. He led the league in assists one year. Wilt was Wilt's like Wilt's like Barry Bonds, Babe Ruth. He's in his own statistical category. No one else will ever be like him. He's the greatest offensive force ever to me. He. But the funny thing is, I'm gonna do a video about like Wilt and Kareem are like Jim Brown and OJ. They're a lot more alike. They changed the game, and there's a lot of, you know, they had a real rivalry. Bet overall, but Kareem was clutch, you know. And that's the only thing that people hold against Wilt. He just didn't win as many rings. That's just the fact. That's the only thing they really hold against him. But if you're going by statistics and dominance, his athleticism was unreal. You know, so it all depends what your criteria is. Look, I'm huge on Kareem. Had the greatest shot ever. Couldn't stop that hook if your life depended on it. But Wilt was another nature. So he should have the record. I have more respect for him having. I mean, LeBron's got it, but I have more respect for Kareem with the record. Because to me, it was incredible the way he scored. I was blown away by the way he scored. He was a machine. He did. He did. I remember, and he made some memorable shots. Oh, that man, big time shots. I didn't like it either because LeBron was stat padding too, and they sucked. And I remember when he did it, but the powers that be wanted him to break the record. They did. That's what happened. So, you know. And then you had some old crackhead like Anthony Davis said. They asked him, "You think anyone's gonna break LeBron's record?" He said, "Yeah, Steph Curry." I'm like, yeah, well, that's what LeBron did. I told you he stat pad, but he's gonna have a lot of records, but that's not gonna change the fact that, you know, people are gonna always think what they think. Who was the best, who wasn't, what they thought. He stared at Jordan when he had that dunk against Charlotte in the playoffs. And he acts like these guys are supposed to bow down to him or something. They're not going to bow down. You know, when you're great, you're great. You don't need no one to toot your horn if you're great. I never saw Tim Duncan act like that. He just looked at him. What you want me to do? I'll gladly come down and put some clothes on. Because Jordan's crazy enough like that. Jordan be like 80 years old and old folks on talking about, I'll come down if you want me to. I don't think you'd want that old man to come down and bust you for one, but I'm just saying, you know, he did do that with the Bobcats. Cause who did I hear about that was on the Bobcats when he was 50 or something, and he came down and hurt some feelings. I wasn't that. It was about 10 years ago. It was somebody. Yeah, got down there. Yep, hurt his feelings. Leave that old man alone, man. You know how I ever went to some of the neighbors and they say, stay out of his neighborhood. You might shoot, put a cap in your behind. I'm telling you, play your game of horse and hurt your feelings. You ain't cut for that. You better pop off amongst your peers. Man, he get up there, he'll do a spin turn on you. Yeah, I knew it was somebody that said something stupid to him. For real. Got them old war wounds. Shh. All he got to do is make some shots. Shh. Your young behind be crying for your mama. And your mama is asleep in 2 states down the line. Or your auntie or your cousins or your granny or somebody, and you're like, I can't help you, baby. I can't help you, baby. Totally leave that old man alone. I'm telling you. Hurt your feelings. Shh. You just don't even know. But the point is that LeBron's always looking for attention. And look at me, look at me. Woe is me. Please notice me. Well, why don't you do that now? Jokic is up there pounding you. Do that now. You got plenty of time to do it now. You know. So, like I said, I know what Mike Malone did. It's a smart move. Got him tighten him up. So going on like I thought they would. And Kawhi gonna be joining them soon. Steph did already. Steph had me rolling when he said he told Barkley when he got that Jerry West, that clutch player, which I didn't understand that award. But anyway, he said, I got nothing but time right now. I said, yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. You got plenty of time. And you about to have some company real soon. These cats about to join you. Cats got old, man. I'm told you. And it's changed. It's changing the guard. You see it. They got fresh cats. Them teams ain't going nowhere no time soon. Denver ain't going nowhere. OKC gonna get better. Minnesota gonna get better. Dallas. If you're Memphis, you better. Yep. If you're Memphis, you better get back on board because your butt could get old quick. You could be in that New Orleans stockpile. And don't sleep on the Rockets because Udoka coming. Okay? Telling you. Shh. If Sacramento ever gets any defense and picks up a legit third scorer with De'Aaron Fox and Sabonis, they could be a problem too. It's deep. It's deep. So you see it. Mm-hmm. But if they keep the play-in tournament, that little hokiness, yeah, you'll get your little trophy and a ribbon. They need more than that. They need another scorer too. They need another scorer with Ja. And I don't know if they're that good. I don't know if they're that good because OKC is them now. OKC has got what they had. So he got to come out and play incredible. Yeah, he need a score. Because OKC is them now. I don't know if it's going to be that easy. You see, when you fall off for a year or two, somebody comes to take your slot. I think it's going to be tough for him. I think he's still a top tier type talent, but he got to play ball. He got to bring it. He got to bring it. Because if he don't bring it, he going to fall into the Zion Williamson box. He better bring it now. Because Jimmy Butler and him are too much alike. And he don't score with the regularity outside shot. I wouldn't want him. The only person I would take that's young and could shoot would be De'Aaron Fox. You give me De'Aaron Fox, then the Heat would be scary. Ja needs too much attention. The problem is injury prone, work on his shot. He had to discipline himself in Miami. Sponen wouldn't take that. Mm-mm. That Memphis coach act like he bought and paid for. Heck no. First of all, we're not that kind of shooting team because he turns the ball over too much. And third of all, he's a one-trick pony. And the Hawks, he's had plenty of chances. It's not like he don't have no teammates there. Couldn't do that in Miami. He's fun, but you ain't gonna win nothing. He fun, but you ain't gonna win nothing. I gotta get ready to roll because it's about time for me to eat and everything. Yeah, I'm gonna keep on hating on him because he ain't gonna help Anthony Davis out. I liked it when you said him with Victor Wemby. Wemby might be interesting if Popovich could behave himself. He can't be playing like he played in Atlanta. That will not cut it. But maybe for the Lakers because they need anything. Just saying. Now he was legit a couple years ago, but he didn't fell off, y'all. He's falling off. He got Nate McMillan fired. There ain't no love for him. Appreciate everyone that came through. Thanks, Ted, as always. Gotta go eat. Peace. Stay safe. Stay blessed. Stay up. Good Lord willing, I'll be back tomorrow. We'll chop it up tomorrow. Take care. Thanks for everything, man. And thanks for the ideas, too. And if you come up with anything else, throw it down. I'm going to do that video, too. I'm going to do that one. All right, peace. Appreciate you.